So this is the reason I put this turret, just in case they make it through here. You still have these ones to take out. Some of these ones, of course, if you get all these ones through, then it's going to be an issue. I'm in a survivor. If you, like me, like to make underground bases, you probably are going to love this, or at least find these useful. Something that a lot of people were doing in Alpha 16 was that, well, Alpha 16 earlier, is that they would make a base underground and be safe from the zombies. Unfortunately, as of Alpha 17, that doesn't really work. The zombies will dig down, especially during the Blood Moon Horde. Alpha 18 is no different than that regard. So, do we abandon our underground dwellings? No more Moria? No, no, no. You just have to go deeper. No, actually, well, sort of. But that's not what I'm going to show this time. I'm going to show you how to secure your base, especially your entryway, such that you can have your underground base in peace without all these pesky zombies coming for a visit, especially on the Blood Moon Horde night. And if you enjoy underground bases or base builds or 7 Days to Die content in general, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notified. Hit that notification bell, follow me on Twitter, and why not join me on Discord? Links are all on my channel. And the good thing is that from the outside, well, there's actually not a lot of footprint. People walking around, of course you could hide it even better than I have, but can you see where my base is? Maybe just a little bit. Maybe if you're looking off to the right side and you'll say, oh, of course it's nice and colorful. You could make this a lot better than I have if you wanted to really hide it, and if you didn't want to hide it, you could have a tower or something. But you have an entryway here, and it's important to make sure you have a way down, because zombies will try to path to you. And if you don't have a way down, well, they will make their own way down, which will cost you a lot of headache. Okay, man. Please. So you have an entryway down, and I make a ramp. You can make a sloping ramp if you want to. I just make something that is as short as possible, because if the zombies have to path long distances, they're going to start digging down instead. So you don't want that. And going down here, you'll see I have a couple of steps, and I'm going to show you why. But you see all these blade traps, which of course serve a function. You also see all these wires. It's just so you can see how I wired them up, and I'm going to walk you through that as well. And I have some, you see there, obviously, some electric fences on both sides. And I have another set here, another set here. And this is why I don't just have a sloping ramp all the way down. I have a bunch of dart traps here as well, because that helps to kill the enemies a lot faster. It'll kill you too if you're standing in the way, so don't stand in the way. Coming in here, and this one is about, let's see, 1 plus 3, 3, 3, 10, 11 long. You don't want to make it too long. One of the issues with long corridors, and this one is probably, I could maybe make it slightly longer, but if you make it longer, the zombies will want to dig straight down instead of going all the path here, and that could be a problem. So make sure you don't make it too long. If you make it too short, you don't have enough traps in order to kill them. So you can play around and see what makes sense depending on sort of what the environment is outside, and sort of what traps you like to use. I also put some stuff here. Hatches, always good, so you can shoot, but also keep it closed. I have my generator. I have a bunch of switches. I have some shotgun turrets and auto turrets, of course, I'm going to show you, and a bedroll. Obviously, if you're going to make this into full-fledged base, you would have probably a way down into the rest of your base, maybe behind a hatch, and just making sure that if there's a Blood Moon Horde, you come up here. If you're down in the base and the zombies come and they have no way down, they will be digging down to you. So it's a good place to stand here for the fight. So if I stand here and hold my wire tool, you will see all the madness. Oh, this is madness. Now, actually, normally you would hide the wires a lot better than I have. You put them in behind or something so that you don't get all this weird wires showing up. But I do this so you can see how things are. So let me walk through how it is. I have my generator bank, and it goes to just a relay because I'm splitting it to a bunch of these ones. What are these? These are actual switch light on. This is incorrect. This should just be a switch. But anyway, that's a small bug. So let's switch it on. Nothing happens. Good. First one. This one is for the dart traps. You could have something else. You could have trigger plates. You could have motion sensors. You could have something else. I'm just making it simple here with this one. Don't stand in the way. We have this one, which is the top blade traps. Important. And you have this one, which is the bottom blade traps. And you have this one, which is, well, it doesn't do anything. Actually, it turns on all these ones, the electric fences. What do these ones do? Well, this is a last ditch where you see these ones are off. I step on, they're on. So if zombies make their way here, you step back and hopefully these ones take care of them so you can continue fighting. You might be wondering, why do you have independent switches on the top and the bottom? And there's a perfectly good explanation for that. One of the problems with Alpha 18, or one of the challenges maybe I should say, is the Demolisher zombie. And he can be a big pain. If he stands here and he explodes, he probably will take out all the traps here. All of them. Which is not what you want to have happen. However, the Demolisher, if you saw my video from, I believe, yesterday or the day before, the bottom blade traps will not trigger his C4. The top one will or could. So, with that in mind, I decided, fine, let me put them independently so that if there is a Demolisher coming in, you can hopefully quickly turn this off and leave this one on such that the zombies will still take damage, but it's not going to be triggering the C4 on the Demolisher. And then when he's dead, you turn it back on. I wish there was a way to have motion sensors. Oh, no, nice, perfect. Oh, that was a little bit too fast. Okay. Oh, that's awfully kind of him to just wander in like that, because he showed how efficient it was. I mean, he barely got one step in here, got hit in the back by these ones, and hit by this one, and then he died. Now, let's see. We used this one. Took a little bit of damage, not much. And this one, possibly, nope. All good. So this is really how it works. I also put some hatches here just to help push them back if the zombies are getting too close. If you make them vault hatches, I suspect the zombies might decide that they want to dig instead. So make them normal hatches. It's not meant to hold them back for too long. It's just to make sure that, hey, if they rush up, that they get stopped here, all the traps will take care of them, and hopefully you will do as well, you know, shooting them in the face. Not that I have any ammo, unfortunately. And then they'll die. So let me look at how all this is really hooked up. So you basically hook everything to the respective switches. So this switch goes over to one dart trap, which then splits to the other three. This one goes to all these ones, which is why you see all these wires. You could chain it. The problem with chaining is that if one of them gets broken or taken out, the rest of them fail as well. So I haven't done that. Same with the bottom one. All the electric fences, there's one going to there, to there, to there, and that one goes straight across. You could probably use some way of having tripwires in order to trigger a lot of these things, but again, I just try to keep it simple with switches since I'm just showing this off. So let's turn things on. Oh, maybe not this one. Let's do this one. Let me just go and spawn in some zombies. So I have some here. Let me do a few more. Wine, feral, Geo. Yeah. So they haven't quite found me yet. Let's make some noise. Bam. And you see, now they know where I am. They decide to go down, and oh, now I'm going way too far down. And yeah, I turn this on. Oh, I didn't have time to turn them on. Okay, hold on. All right, let me do that again. Let me turn off the AI. So a bunch of the feral ones. Okay, so let's make sure we go down into our abode here. Oh, and oh, why is he? I guess they didn't kill all of them. Oh, that's fine. Right. So I'm going to turn on this one soon, but let's start the AI first. Right. You'll see. Switch this on. I'm going to stand in the middle here. The zombies will get hit in the back. They'll get hit by the blade traps and the electric fences. And there's going to be 25 feral ones. And of course, you could stand here in the back and just shoot as you want to. Isn't this nice? And because I have the skills, that gives me experience. That gave me a lot of experience without doing actually anything at all. Except, well, repairing maybe. Let's see how much damage that was. Turn this off. Always make sure you turn off your trap before you do anything. This one took a little bit. Remember, this was 25. And yeah, that took a little bit. So that each take a little bit of damage. And see, this one took a little bit as well. All right, I can't repair it. These ones, a little bit, nothing, and a little bit. So 25, no big problem. What if you end up having some radiated? Well, why don't we try that out? All right, we have a bunch of them. Let's turn this on. We're wasting some up here, but it doesn't really matter. Let's trigger them to come in. See that coming in. And they are still dying because blade traps really chop them up really fast. And this is going to be 25. It is very possible that one or two of the blade traps will be damaged enough that it stops spinning, but you got a lot of them. I mean, you have 6 per side. That's 12 of them, and yep, all dead. Let's take this one off as well. Let's go back just to have a little bit of a look at the damage. So obviously these ones are the ones that take the most damage, but even if these ones break, you still have these ones and you have these ones to fall back. So if 25 of them didn't even manage to bring them down to half, let's say 50 will bring them down to half. So 50 to 100 zombies will be taken out just by one set, and then you have another set, another set. You'll be able to take out literally hundreds and hundreds of zombies in a wave. Of course, demolitions are still a problem, but how does this look during a Blood Moon Horde? Well, I'm going to try that out. I'm going to go to a late day, and I'm going to see how that looks. All right, the game stage is now, let's see, game stage. I think it's around 525. I bumped up the day because I'm doing all this testing, and we'll see how it goes when all these zombies come in. The Blood Moon is about to start. And here they come. You'll see, hopefully, they make their way here as they should. Yep, you see they're all aiming for this area. Some of them are going over there, but hopefully they're pathing here. You see, then they all end up here. And this is a high level game stage. Let's get into here. And I've connected a trigger plate so I don't have to waste the darts if I don't want to. And with 8 concurrent, I don't think I necessarily need it, but it's good to have because they deal a lot of damage, especially to radiated ones, because they are pretty fast with dealing it out. Some of them, obviously these ones have so much health points, so it just helps to manually be standing here as well and just take some pot shots and take them out. So this is with 8 concurrent, a really high game stage. And I think that you could stand here pretty much the whole night and just getting the experience. You see my experience is just rolling in there, which is really useful. And if you have obviously a lot of ammo, well, you'll be standing here as well. If you got an M60, even better, you can just take them out. You do want to make sure that the cops are taken out so they don't explode, but even here, it works pretty well. Sometimes they do get pushed out of the side, or out of this lane, simply because they sort of stagger, and you just shoot them and take them down manually. They normally will die anyway. Just want to make sure they don't get stuck and start bashing out the blade traps. So how about a really big hole? Let's say you have 32 concurrent zombies. How would that look? Well, why don't we test that out? If you give me a moment to reset this. Oh, take them out. Die, die, die. Evil zombies. And we're here on day, well, 310 or whatever it is. And I bumped it up to 32 concurrent zombies. You'll see a lot of them spawning in here. Hopefully, that's enough. You can see actually the dart traps firing down there. The blade traps are running. And hopefully, that's enough to take care of this one. I think in general, I think the big problem is really all the radiated ones. And of course, all the demolishers, if they actually appear. Now, if there are too many, especially of the radiated, you will see that they make it fairly far because they have so many hit points. And that's why I got all these different traps running. You could probably consider for really late games as well, put in some turrets. Shotgun turrets are great because you probably have a lot of ammo anyway. And you want to make sure you are manually part of this. Ooh, why does he start burning? Interesting. Because when you get all these radiated ones, yeah, it can be really tough for the game to handle them on its own just by using just a few traps. So you want to make sure you have more than just a few traps. But you see, oh, look at all this and look at the experience. Of course, you can hear how much damage they're all taking. But one thing to keep in mind as you are having late game hordes is that, well, oh, he actually started. Is that? I didn't even know why they're on fire. That's really weird. Okay, now we have a cop that was he was vomiting and took out one of the lanterns I had put there. And again, this is why you want to take out, especially the cops and the demolishers. I probably should have made it a little bit higher in the ceiling at just at the entrance here, because you see these ones are having problem getting down because there are just so many zombies here. It's not an issue for where you have less zombies, but if you have a lot of them, they sort of jam each other up. Because most people don't run with 32 concurrent zombies because that's really painful. The nice thing is that you can actually stand here and repair at least these 6 ones. So even if these ones start to get degraded, you can take them out. If they make it all the way up here, you can use your... Oh, yep, this is why you want to have some of this, just to take care of them. I don't know why these ones are burning. If someone knows and can tell me, I would love to know, because I haven't really seen that happen. Oh, now you saw a police officer. He blew up, and that's a problem when you have so many, because the dart traps will be firing in the back, but it won't be able to take out the police officers fast enough because there's just so many of them. And the blade traps are degrading a little bit, and then eventually you will get some cops that get in. They will take enough damage to start hitting the explosion animation, and then you don't take them out fast enough. Where was... Oh! Was he a jumper? Maybe he just lost his legs. No idea. But you see, it still works really well. And I can stand here and repair pretty much all night. As long as the traps don't get broken down. Because that's a little bit harder to do during... Hey, are you still here? Goodbye. You can just stand here and just repair. Kill them, repair, kill them. And because I'm getting all this experience... Be another explosion. Should be better now, I suspect. A little bit more space here so that they don't get jumped up right at the beginning. So, high game stage, large horde, and you see how well it still holds up. And I could probably, let me see if I can do this. Let's see if I let them in, see what happens there. Yeah. So this is the reason I put this turret, just in case they make it through here. You still have these ones to take out. Some of these ones, of course. If you get all these ones through, then it's going to be an issue. I'm in God mode, but simply because I'm doing the testing. So if everything falls, just a few, just a few traps is not going to be enough. Oh, come on! Oh, there's so many of them. All right, let's. Oh, no! Everything's breaking down. No, no. All right, everything's broken. So. Make sure you don't turn off your traps. That would cause you a lot of problems. But alright, let's turn this off. But you saw high game stage, high concurrent zombies, and you still have this fallback, which is really powerful. If you have 32 concurrent and you turn everything off, you're going to be in a deep shit of problems anyway, because yeah, they're just going to rush in, and you don't want to have that happen. So this is not a final base. This is just a concept of what you can do to sort of chain in all these different trap types in order to kill the zombies, give you some experience, and secure your ramp entryway so you can have your underground base. I'm sure you can do it better, and as you do that, come back. Let me know, how did you take this concept or similar concept to secure your entryway so that you can do your underground base building without having to worry about the zombies breaking in all the time. Thanks again for watching, and make sure you subscribe, and I will see you again next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.